What's up, guys? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one I want to break down what's happening with Tesla SPY in the overall markets. Just notes that I am not a financial planner, so make sure you take nothing I say as financial advice, and then don't forget about my Moomoo link. But anyways, as far as the market's going to be going, guys, Tesla has a possible inverse head and shoulders like pattern that's developing. If we see a break past this resistance at this 375 area, we could see Tesla attempt to bounce back up towards 380, then back to this trend line of resistance at 382. Now, whether or not this happens may depend on some factors. The first factor that's going to be affecting the markets is Amazon's earnings. It's going to be after the bell. So if you're holding anything overnight, please be very careful. Secondly, tomorrow is going to be Friday. An hour before the market opens, we have the unemployment data coming out. This is going to cause a very, very big move. So get ready for the payrolls and unemployment data. That's going to be very huge. So once again, if you're holding anything overnight, please be careful. As far as Tesla goes, okay, one thing that's good is the fact that we held support at the 363 area. I said that this is very key. And now we have a possible inverse head and shoulders pattern. It's kind of slanted, so I hope that Tesla tries to break past the 375 area and starts pushing back up. I would love to see that, but this depends on some factors. This setup may suggest upsides looking a bit more probable, but we'll see just to be safe if we get that break. On SPY, okay, I want to zoom out of SPY just to show you guys something. On SPY, when you zoom out like this, notice that SPY still has this rising wedge-like pattern. I mentioned to you all that there could be a small dip coming, and even if we did dip all the way down to like the 602s, I would be okay with that because, as you guys can see, we're holding support and we still have this rising wedge. Also notice that we had to lose 602 to turn bearish, and as of right now, we're holding support. So as long as we hold this and get back above 605, our target's going to be 609 or so. Yes, we could continue to respect this wedge as we're holding support. And yes, maybe eventually there will be a move to the downside coming, but we're not ready yet until we break the wedge. That may happen later once we get up to like 609 to 610. So please keep that in mind. As of right now, SPY is bullish. Another good sign is the fact that we dumped to about 602.6, very close to our 20 EMA, and then we just bounced from there. So the buyers are still defending very nicely. Same thing with the QQQ. We dipped towards the lower end of this wedge to 525, and we bounced. That's a good sign. We might be trying to push closer to about 530 from here. We'll see if that ends up being the case or not, so just keep this in mind. For the Russell 2000, okay, we're holding support nicely. We did dip to about 227. We're going to be watching to see if we bounce back up towards 230. Overall, I think it's doing a good job, especially as we have this inverse head and shoulders right here. There's a left shoulder, a head, and then a right shoulder. This could try to bounce and break past the 230s to start pushing even more. So watch and see if that ends up being the case. For ES, okay, we held support at 60.62 very, very nicely, which is a good sign. If we break past this yellow trend line of resistance, I think this is going to be pushing for the 61.22 area. As of right now, the bulls have a bigger edge. Why? We had a low here, higher low, another higher low today. It's continuing to uptrend. It favors upside for now. Same thing with NQ. Looks bullish. We're making higher lows as well. May try to slowly get up to about the 21,900 area. Bitcoin is going to be testing this trend line. We'll have to see if we break past this to get back up to 98,000 plus. Nvda broke past 126, which is a very good sign. We could be looking for 132, which is where gap resistance is. Then we have a gap to fill up to 140. Overall, it's doing a good job at holding up. Tesla dumped quite a bit, but it's holding 363 so far. This is a sign that Tesla could be trying to push back to the mid 370s. Aapl dips only to get bought back up. There's a possible inverse head and shoulders on it. If we break 232.72, we're looking for 236 as our target. There is potential in this chart. For AMD, not looking that great. It's in the middle. I think that it's still kind of bearish looking, but we have to see if we could establish a higher low here. If we make a higher low, it could try to bounce. We'll see if that ends up being the case or not. If we if we lose this low, we could be dipping more, so we'll see about that just to be safe. For Coin's on a bit of a downtrend. We have to see if we could try to hold this support right here at 266. It's been dipping a bit, so we'll see how it's going. It's looking a little bit more bearish. Amazon has earnings, guys. Is this about to be breaking out to the 250s? Or are we about to get a rug pull to the 220s? I'm hoping for upside. We'll see just to be safe. It will affect the market for tomorrow. Meta is trying to hold 700. As long as we're above that, we could be pushing for 720 again. Microsoft looks more bullish. I mentioned to you all we should be looking for 415 as our target. We've been slowly uptrending to about 416. If we break that, I'm looking for 420 as a later target as well. Watch and see if Google could hold 191. As long as it holds, we could be bouncing for like 195. So watch and see if that ends up being the case. With that being said, guys, I thank you all so much for listening. the market is very resilient, looking quite strong. And Tesla is, it dumped really hard. It's been dumping for the last couple of days. And finally, there are buyers who are trying to defend it. So let's hope that this inverse head and shoulders pans out. We'll see what happens with Amazon's earnings, and we'll see what happens with the very, very important unemployment numbers for tomorrow. Hopefully things go well, and then Tesla forms this inverse head and shoulders for a breakout. I hope we get a bounce. We'll see just to be safe, but this setup does look a bit more bullish. With that being said, have a good day, guys. I'll see you guys in a couple of hours for another update, and peace out.